Welcome to the Hopium Podcast, hosted by Jp3g and Burmpf. As always, this is not financial advice.
All right, let's get right into it. So I've been digging at this for a few days, and I'll be honest, I don't know what got me on this trail. I think I just remembered it from however long ago, because I remember hearing about this back when it was a thing that was relevant. I'm not sure if this is public knowledge. I'm not sure if this is something that people are widely familiar with. But basically, we're going to be talking about some of the behind the scenes shit that the Smb team has been doing since launching the Gen 2 SMBs. So it's not a rumor. It's not an unknown thing that Jp3g and I are adamantly against the Smb team. We are very strongly of the mindset that they've contributed nothing to the space. All they have done is take, for the last year, royalties off the backs of the Monkey DAO and much better hardworking people than them. We were in favor for entanglement, and at this point, I can't speak for Jp3g, but I'm still in favor of entanglement, especially after learning what I've learned in the past few days. Wow. So I was put in contact with an individual because I remember hearing the rumor a long time ago that the Smb devs were not the ones necessarily responsible for making the marketplace, which is the very literal only fucking contribution to the community past making the NFTs. That's the only thing that they've even fucking said that they did. So I got in contact with this guy. I'm not going to name drop him. I don't know if that's something he wants, so I'm not going to name his name. I get in contact with him to get to the bottom of it. Come to find out, it's so much worse than them not being responsible for making the marketplace. So not only did they not do any of the contract work at like the rust end of the marketplace, I guess they might have done the front end. I'm not sure. So this guy did all of the back end stuff for the marketplace under the guise that he was going to be added to the team later on. So he was essentially doing it for free or for basically chump change for 5 months, he told me. 5 months of working on this project with the Smb team. Christmas time last year, they fire him. They weren't even going to fucking pay this guy. They were not going to pay a fucking Rust dev for 5 fucking months of work. He literally had to go to the extreme of threatening to open source the code if they didn't pay him. And even then, they only paid him $45K. And you might be thinking $45K is a lot. But when you think of dev work, especially Rust dev work, so early on in Solana's life cycle with NFTs, these people are making millions of dollars in royalties at this point for nothing. And I did my due diligence. I said, you know what? Maybe if they at least give this guy credit for something, I could give them a little leeway. So I joined their server, which almost impossible to get into, by the way. All of their public links don't take you fucking anywhere. I had to have someone that was already in the server get me into the server. I get in the server, I read through every fucking announcement since the inception of this project. Never once was this guy mentioned. Not one fucking time the guy that made their whole fucking marketplace was ever mentioned.
No, in fact, almost the exact opposite. They took credit for it, right?
Yeah, they took credit for it. And in fairness, their devs might have had a hand to play in it. Completely fair. But you do not get to take credit for the whole thing and act like you're fucking God's gifts to the earth. Be like, oh, you guys don't have to fucking pay royalties. Fuck you. You made millions off fucking royalties. And then you're not gonna fucking pay a guy fucking a decent fucking wage for his fucking high skill work. Unfucking believable. And the worst part to me is they just led this guy on. They knew what they were fucking doing. They told this guy, oh yeah, you'll be part of the fucking team. And then when his usefulness ran out, they kick him to the curb. But it still gets worse. Because after they had kicked him to the curb, he came back to them later on and said, hey, here is this literally marketplace breaking bug that I have found. No finder's fee. They don't want to pay him.
Now, did he actually fix it?
So this guy, so this is what he told me that, let me just find the exact message because I don't want to misspeak.
Sure.
Okay. I want to make sure that I'm very clear about this.
It's important, especially in the context of this story and the conversation. Definitely want to get it right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So he says he reports it. They don't care. And then he insisted that he wanted a bounty. And then he said that they money shamed him and said he didn't care about the community and that he was a piece of shit. And then they offered him $5,000 for the bug. So he says that he gets on Discord to help Steph, one of the fucking dev members, help Steph fix the bug, and then tells him to fucking kick rocks, basically.
Which is wild because these guys, the Smb Dev Team, like it's not, like you said, it's not a surprise or a secret that you and I don't have the best flavor in our mouths with these guys.
And you wonder why.
And I just got in a public spat with I don't even remember what his Twitter is, my Monkey MT or some shit like that.
Monkey
MT, where this guy, like, he's claiming, and I asked him to come on this podcast, and no wonder why you're not going to come on the podcast. You got nothing to really stand on. I can't speak on behalf of Steph because if he did some of the front end work, that's one thing, but that's still you're taking credit for front and back end work. You're taking credit for this entire marketplace. And when, like, it wasn't even you to begin with, and that's insane. And then, like you said, the entanglement talks, right? Which, don't get me started on those. They claim, okay, we'll do better about the marketplace, we'll do better about this, whatever, and which is still kind of a cop out. I mean, you're in the beta for 6 months, bro, for a marketplace. Come on, like, let's okay. Anyways, moving on from that, but you have the audacity to be out on public spaces like Twitter, going toe to toe with me and stating that that I don't have like a leg to stand on with my criticisms, when you, like, now, with this knowledge that you've kind of uncovered, this is big. Like that changes the entire conversation. It can change the entire course of what happens with the future of the Smb and Monkey DAO, because how, as a business, like, you guys haven't done anything. Like, you literally, okay, they
made the NFTs,
the art, correct? Yes, you guys got the art, and without the art, you're right, that we wouldn't be here today.
I'm sure they even had a fucking third-party person make the art too.
That's a separate conversation, I guess. But it is very clear and it's very obvious that these are some greedy assholes, and that they have leached off of these guys that created Marketplace, not necessarily leached off of them for the art, whatever, but they've also leached off the Monkey DAO. And that's where I think I have my biggest issue, is these guys sat back, watch the DAO do what they've done, care for a community and a project and build it to what it is, pretend like they give a shit, pretend like they're doing something and they're not, and just further, pushes the fact that a separation needs to happen. And this guy, we're not naming his name, but the guy deserves to be paid a lot more, and I feel for him, and it's too bad that he's been underpaid, but maybe I don't know.
So the vibe I get from him is that he's kind of just done with the situation and he would like to move on. I don't think he necessarily wants to get more involved than he already was. That's just me assuming. That's just, like I said, the vibe that I'm getting. He's kind of being hard to communicate with because it's long stretches of time in the last few days between when I've been able to get a hold of him. But I mean, fuck, bro. Like, we had a fucking year, and all they did was make the goddamn NFTs. They probably didn't make the fucking art. The fucking, the work to make an NFT is nothing. It's nothing. I'm a fucking idiot. I'll be the first one to fucking say that, and I could do it. I know for a fact I could make fucking an NFT collection. So they have this fucking team of dudes that did what? What did they do?
Unless one of them
line their fucking pockets.
Yeah,
millions, dude. Fucking not even. It's not even like a couple $100K or whatever. Like they made fucking two soul mint at fucking 5K. What is that? Fucking 10K soul. 10K soul off the mint alone. They've made millions in royalties. The volume on the website is 1.1 million, and they take in 6%.
6%
at the time, the whole time, 6% royalties on 1.1 million fucking soul. That's not even $1.1 million. That's 1.1 million soul.
Yeah.
On that marketplace alone. That doesn't even include Magic Eden. So they've made literal millions of fucking dollars off this project throughout the past year, and have contributed fucking nothing to this space. Not a fucking thing. When I got into their fucking Discord,
it's dead.
I knew it was dead, but I had assumed that since they had hired a fucking community manager, that shit might have changed a little bit. No, it's fucking dead. Their announcements are fucking dead. Their most recent announcement is them talking about how they're going to take down the fucking marketplace. They're going to take down the marketplace, which was the only thing that they fucking contributed to the fucking space. And they didn't even fucking make it. They literally said when the entanglement conversation was happening that they were going to get their fucking shit together and they were going to start actively fucking contributing. Because that's what everyone fucking cried for. They said, you know what? We will take the fucking hit on the royalties if we can get a fucking dev team that actually contributes, and this is their fucking contribution.
And so I think for those that may not be involved in the monkeys whatsoever, why does this matter? Well, it just shows how greedy there are, certain people are in this ecosystem, and that's a whole nother conversation that I'd like to have eventually. But two, there are people in the monkey DAO that have, the monkey floor price, what it is because of the DAO. And there's no if, and, buts, or about that. The DAO has 100% of the value, unless you count the art, is driven from the DAO. The DAO deserves better than this, and it's sad that it's to this level. And so if you're somebody that's considering getting a monkey, or on the outside looking in, and your question, well, why now? Well, as soon as this buyout happens, the monkeys are going to fly. There's going to be flying monkeys, I guess, if you will. The DAO is going to take this project to another level, and I'm very excited for it. But you can't just sit here and reflect on how much time has been wasted, how much money has been wasted sending money to these assholes for doing nothing, while the DAO has literally been spending thousands of dollars out of their own pockets to make this project a success. Now, I would love to have somebody on the dev team come and chat. That sure as shit ain't happening now, but
hey, it's still an open invitation. If any of you guys want to come on and defend your position, we'll have an unbiased conversation. Obviously, we have our own personal biases, but if you guys want to come on and have a conversation, we will not attack you.
Yeah,
we will be completely civil. You guys can say your piece, and I will be the first one to admit if I'm wrong. Yep. But I'm not. I know I'm not. But if you prove me wrong, I'll be the first to admit it.
And I'd love to have that conversation. That's not going to happen though. They were cowards on Twitter. My hell. So
the shit that kills me is, like you said, they got how much did Nam say that he spent out of his own fucking pocket? Like 25K.
That's fucking insane.
Tens of thousands of dollars, man, out of his own fucking pocket to fucking support and prop up this fucking DAO.
Yeah.
Where's the fucking soul? Where's the soul?
They got a house.
They had so much fucking soul. When they had sent the monkey DAO that first, what was it, 1,000 soul, I think? That was 25% of the community fund that they had. 25% of a community fund that did what? What community fund? What community? Does anyone have a fucking answer for that?
No. Nope.
Where the
No,
okay?
they might, but they're not going to be truthful.
For one, that wallet is not posted on their fucking Discord, as far as I could find. I looked. I tried to see if they like posted it publicly somewhere so people could track it. Could not find it. If it's there, someone tag me on Twitter. Let me know what it is. Let me check it out. Could not find it. So they have this fucking vague community fund that is apparently 4,000 soul deep. Monkey DAO got a quarter of it. What's that money even fucking doing? What are you fucking doing with it? That's not even accounting for how much soul they fucking got. Where's the soul that the team is taking? One of my biggest fucking gripes in this fucking space is that so many of these fucking projects make all this fucking money off mint and then it disappears into the fucking nether. Sure. It goes into some random stupid fuck's bank account somewhere. The only projects that have fucking made huge strides in the space are ones that reinvest in their fucking projects. You look at Famous Fox, you look at fucking D-Gods. Obviously, I'm not saying don't pay your fucking teams. That's a stupid fucking take. What I'm fucking saying is you don't need to take fucking millions from this ecosystem and then put none of it back in. They put not a fucking single dime back into this space. Not a single fucking dime.
I don't know.
How much could it possibly cost and legwork to maintain the fucking marketplace? Especially when you have a guy that you're not even fucking actively paying on your fucking payroll, finding the bugs for you.
Well, it speaks for itself. I mean, come on now. If you're a dev, you got this kind of cash. Your project should have more than a marketplace that's in beta. And even when we have those entanglement talks, man, I ask those questions. It's like, okay, well, it's been this long. You guys have raked in millions of dollars. What are we doing? Like the value of an SMB in the Solana ecosystem goes pretty far because of the DAO. And that's it. That's really it. If this dev team didn't have the DAO and what the DAO has done, these assholes wouldn't have half of what they have. And
they'd have nothing. They would have a dead project just like the rest of them.
For the audacity to require a buyout, though, it just shows to the greed that these pricks have, right?
And what are they buying out?
The rights. No, the DAO's buying the rights to this entire project, which they deserve for free. They deserve to be paid for half this money. They should not be paying to get the rights to this. Now, greed rules all. People will always be greedy. Get your bag while you can, and that's what they're doing. So, to their credit, I mean, I guess there's no way. There's just no way that's just not who I am as a person. I don't think 98% of the people. Well, okay, and I've seen some this ecosystem has kind of opened my eyes to different kinds of people, but I like to think your normal average person in this space would pay a dev, would pay somebody to fix their marketplace and build something else. The SMB, like the brand, the Monkey DAO brand, man, and that's why I am bullish on the monkeys now with the buyout coming up. I think we are about to unlock a ton of possibilities. It just needs to happen. These guys, these kids, whoever these people are, the SMB, the founders, like the one kid like to call himself. Congrats, you do have that title. Like, I guess nobody can take that away from you. But you could also put leech right next to it, right? So you took something, and the DAO has made this a wonderful thing, and you're acting as if you are owed something. No, just move on. You've got your cash. You've got more than you deserve, in my opinion. And so there's people that you've hurt. There's people that you've taken money from. That you've wasted their time. You're probably not giving a shit because you're sleeping pretty happy with your bank account. But I don't know. It's very when you kind of told me some of this information, I remember chatting with you, and I'm just like, holy shit, dude. This is insane. And the fact that nobody, as far as I know, this isn't public knowledge, is crazy.
Yeah.
Is it going to change anything? I mean, no. I mean, these guys could just deactivate their Twitter and we'd never know the difference.
Yep.
Turn off the Discord. Peace out. They got their money. But there's things like these that need to be brought to light, I think, to a degree. And so I hope the buyout goes smoothly. I hope it gets done, and I hope we can move on as a project, because I'm proud to be a monkey holder. I'm glad to be back in the monkeys, and to the board and to those people like Nom and the others that are on the board that have built it to what it is, like, they deserve better.
Yeah. So something that I've always been really good at in my life is I personally think I give good advice. Obviously, I'm biased. I can be up for debate or whatever, right? But something I've gone really adamant about, as people have taken my advice and then just proceeded to not listen to it, is I always give my advice with the preface that I know you won't listen, and when I end up right, I'm gonna fucking tell you I told you so. And guess what? The whole fucking monkey DAO, every single motherfucker that voted to not entangle, I fucking told you so.
For the record, I voted to not entangle. So while I didn't agree with it, I did at the time vote to not entangle. So you can tell it to me, but I felt that we shared the same sentiment.
I say to everybody that the idea of going into a trust situation with people that we knew we couldn't trust was fucking, I mean, I guess they just wanted to believe the benefit of the doubt, but I mean,
writing was on the wall.
You look at these motherfuckers weren't even in the goddamn Discord.
No.
The Gen 1 holders weren't in the Discord. The fucking devs weren't in the fucking Discord. None of their team was, I mean, maybe like one or two people on the team were in the Discord. But I mean, the fact that any of them had to join the Discord to have these conversations, and then they were so fucking hostile the whole time. And I get it. You can be like, oh, well, you're attacking their brand, or well, fuck those guys. They have nothing without the DAO.
The best part
literally
is
nothing.
They would come in and be like, well, we come in here and you guys are all just rude to us. It's like, well, that's because you guys aren't doing shit. Like, this is supposed to be an argument. And of course, you're not handling criticism well. And as the tensions build up and you continue to ignore any kind of conversation, what do you expect? If you have a leg to stand on, you're not afraid of conversation. When you don't, and you have nothing to really, besides, I'm a quote unquote founder, that ain't gonna cut it. That for what, I mean, how long had the project been alive at that point? 6 to 8 months or something?
Yep.
Like, okay, and so that's in this space, because I get that you guys, the SMB minted and on Solana when everything was brand new, like things were different. And I get that, and I respect that, and I appreciate what the SMB devs have done and what they've, where we're at. But the space moves fast, and you either have the choice to catch up and continue, or you're getting left behind, right? So they can't ride on that anymore. So
I just wish we would have entangled in the beginning. I wish we could have went into it and been like, you know what? They've been a leech on our project. Like, guys, can't say our project, on the DAO. They've been a leech on the DAO for months. This compromise was not even a compromise. They just increased royalties to affect the DAO. Like, that's negative. That's a negative side effect.
Yeah. No,
and the thing that killed me the most is I noticed throughout those conversations, as the days went on, there's a good amount. I'm not going to say a majority because I'm not certain of that. There's a good amount of people that were pro entanglement, and one at a time, they just got worked down. They just got, like, I mean, I don't even know what to call it. Like, they just like went from saying like, oh, it's a good idea, to saying like, oh, like, I guess we'll just compromise. And I mean, you could say that they were convinced. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not sure that that's what that is. I think they were just coerced. I think they were just worn down. And I mean, look where we're at now. Look where we're at. We have they're still leeching. They haven't done fucking a thing since those conversations were had. That was February. The only thing that's happened since then is them to come out and say, hey, we're shutting down the marketplace. Hey, we're making a fucking deal to get out. A deal for what? Why the fuck should we pay them anything? Why, at this point, why shouldn't we entangle? I mean, if they're going to get rid of the fucking marketplace anyways, what does that give us? Like, what does anything do for us as holders, as contributors to the community? These people are fucking nothing. They're worse than nothing. They're actively hindering the community, actively hindering the space. They're putting fucking a bad taste in the mouth of people coming into the space. Like, you come into Solana, for how much of its life did you come into Solana and SMBs were the number one reigning champ, like not even close to other projects for months. And now you got people coming into the space seeing that history, and something like this comes out. Like, what does that look like to new people? That the whole time the number one project has been just fed off of.
Well, this is, so I mean, you can see, and it's a testament to like this news of the buyout. Monkeys started being bought up quickly. Now, what does that tell you? That tells you that people are ready for the change. People know that the dev team are just a tumor. They are a cancer to the project. Now, when that is removed, I think everybody understands the potential. In my opinion, I think that the monkeys being bought up were in a test, to that. I myself would love to have more monkeys if that's the case.
Yeah, I mean, with the dev team out, I mean, who does want more monkeys? Like, what at that point? What's the downside? Like, we can
to owning a monkey.
Yeah, like what is it? Is there even one?
If the buyout happens,
yeah, if the dev team is out of the picture completely.
And that's why I've been super bullish. I've been on spaces on Twitter, kind of promoting the SMBs now. I went from a doubter, and maybe it's a little premature because the pen's not to paper yet, but there is zero downside to owning a monkey, in my opinion. They have the reputation, they have a proven track record, they have the great in-person events, they have the merchandise, they have lawyers that are holders, that are on the team, they're doing things correctly.
On the board too.
Exactly, they're doing things legitimate. There are a million reasons to be bullish as soon as the fucking dev team's gone. So get rid of them, get them out. They clearly are assholes of a human being for what they've done to the person who coded the marketplace, and then they took credit for doing the marketplace. Who does that? Who you expect this guy, this person, I assume it's a guy, I guess I don't technically know, this human being that coded the marketplace, you expected them to just go away? Which, you're lucky that it's that kind of a person, because if that was me, bro, I would be blowing shit off the fucking wall.
Fuck yeah. Like,
there is no way I'm just gonna does it matter?
5 months of work.
Does it do anything really? No, because it's, unless it's in a contract or something, like they really can do whatever they want. However, I would be doing anything I could to tear down that project if I was them, right? So yeah. If the buyout happens, which it sounds like it's going to, it looks like there's terms that have been agreed upon, they're working out some details. I am infinitely bullish on monkeys and Solana ecosystem for that reason.
These motherfuckers are so greedy and so fucking lazy that they even have devs on their fucking team and they have no one auditing the contract.
Yeah, and especially when there's a bug, bro.
Like, hey, guess what? For anybody that's out there that's keen-minded in coding and stuff,
go for it, bro.
Wink, wink. Unaudited code. I'm not saying do anything, but at this point, like, why would you fucking not?
Right. They're not going to do anything about it. They've already kind of,
no, they're not. They're just going to close down. Honestly, if someone finds a bug with the marketplace, they'll probably just take it down and won't put it back up. Like, that's the reality of the situation.
So if you have a monkey on the SMB marketplace, I would
take it off the marketplace.
Take it down. Yeah.
So I just can't believe it. A year this shit has happened to the number one project on Solana. A whole fucking year.
And it's just a testament to the DAO, bro. Like, I've and I will probably continue to toot their horn for them because most of them are too humble to do it on themselves. But the monkeys and the floor price and just the like where they're at, dude, the DAO, the board, they don't get enough credit. Like the community as a whole that are in the DAO, the monkey DAO, they don't get enough credit, man. What they are doing and what they've dealt with is unprecedented, and I don't believe many other projects could survive what they've survived. I don't think any other project has the type of commitment that the monkeys do. I mean, there are other great communities on the Solana ecosystem. Obviously, I'm a part of many of them, but would they do what like Nam is doing for the monkeys? I don't know. 25K out of your own pocket as a community member is just fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, he just believes in the project. He believes in the people.
So, not to say that other projects don't have that type of person, but it takes a lot for somebody to do that and not be paid. So, yeah, crazy, dude. Like when you told me this
these guys, bro.
And you show me this, and then like and the crazy part is I got in this Twitter beef with this guy right as you were kind of uncovering this shit. That's what the fucking irony of this is, man. Like you have the balls to sit here and comment like, in fact, I need to go over the Twitter conversation again, but to sit there and say that like, unfair criticism, like shit like that. Like, really? You really think it's unfair? Like you have not done a goddamn thing except fucking took money, right? You claim to have built a marketplace. Now, Steph, who's not who I was talking to on Twitter, did he do some of the front end work? Maybe it sounds like he did. So, I can't take that fully from him, but the fact that they're taking full credit for this is bonkers. So
what blows me away is that Monkey MT guy. He gets on Twitter and he says, self-centered people are pitiful. And then someone says
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, someone said something to him. And I can't find oh, here it is. Someone quote retweeted it, said, ain't this one of the Smb devs? Iconic tweet, to be honest. And he responds, yes, but you. Who are you?
Yeah, and that's what pissed
literally
me off,
his fucking tweet says self-centered people are pitiful, and then he's gonna go, well, who are you? To some fucking guy on Twitter.
That's what got me, bro. When I saw that, that's what I was like, are you? And because I found out who he was, I was like, are you kidding? Like, I don't understand these type of people, bro. I don't. It drives me fucking insane.
It's just the kind of people that think their fucking shit don't stink. They get lucky. They fucking rode off the backs of others and made a fuck ton of money along the way. And now they think they can do and say whatever the fuck they want. They can fucking treat people however the fuck they want.
Mm-hmm.
There's the same fucking attitude that the Gen 1 holders had during the fucking entanglement talks. Is they had just this level of fucking entitlement. They're like, oh, well, fucking, they were like thinking that they were fucking kings in their castles, fucking talking down to people. Literally fucking being so fucking rude to me when I was talking to them in the fucking chats about this stuff. And I was just being candid. I was like, like these are my, like, this is how I'm feeling about it, Like, I don't see what you offer the project when you've contributed not. You have not even been in the Discord. You've not contributed to the DAO. You've not contributed to the space. You've not contributed to the community. And I don't really see a reason to keep taking care of you. So
no, I agree. So if you're on the DAO, what do you keep doing, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Like, I mean, if they want to think that they're on top of their castle, what's your castle built on? Your castle's built on shit. Like, you don't have shit. You aren't shit. And I'm not shit either. But like, I'll be the first one to admit that. Like, I'm not special. I'm not perfect. I'm not like incredibly smart. But I will admit that. I will sit here in public and say that I'm a fucking failure at a bunch of things. But that puts me in a position where, you can criticize me, but I will criticize other people. I'm not going to just fucking turn away from these things that are fucking happening. I'm not just going to fucking ignore people being fucking mistreated in this fucking space. Something else that I fucking want to talk about, completely separate from the fucking completely separate from fucking the monkey stuff, is fucking that Urcon guy.
Yep.
Some fucking dude spent, what do you say, 2-3 months doing community manager work for this fucking guy.
Yep.
I've never even heard of him before. He's fucking, I remember he like put a fucking SMB on his car like fucking like a year ago or something. I don't fucking know. I don't really care. This guy had to go publicly to Twitter because he couldn't get a hold of this guy privately to pay him $600. $600 to be a community manager for months.
Yeah.
This dude says that he runs 6 fucking companies or whatever. He's got fucking like 3 different fucking NFT collections listed in his bio. He's got 100,000 fucking followers. And the homie can't even fucking shell out $600 to a dude that he's owed it for months. And even then, why the fuck are you just paying this guy $600? Like, that's fucking dog shit change.
Well, and this is coming from the same person who wants to do a 6.5, soul mint, 10K supply.
Yeah, did I saw a tweet earlier. I don't know if you saw it or not. Literally just before we started recording, that the price in Sol was locked into the equivalent of $200 in USDC.
No shit.
So as it minted, if the price of Sol was changing, it would fluctuate to match 200 USDC. So a 10K mint, 200 USDC. Do the fucking math on that one. Right. This guy just wants a casual 2 million.
2 mil.
Just because.
And I'm going to guarantee it's 2 mil. I'm going to make sure the algorithm gets me 2 mil.
Yep. And for what? What is your fucking project? What do you, again, like we can't come back to this. What the fuck are you giving to the fucking community? Like, I love to fucking make him an example. Fucking Frank, dude. Frank puts his fucking whole goddamn life and soul into this fucking community. He fucking eats, sleeps, breathes fucking DGods. Like, that dude is fucking I am so fucking excited to have him on the podcast next week.
Can't wait.
Because he is such a true fucking grinder in the space. Nam is such a true fucking grinder in the space. Like, there's people here that are contributing so fucking much, and there's so many people making cool things in the background that we just don't know off the top of our fucking heads because they're not fucking huge and popular. But there's so many people doing so much cool shit for next to nothing.
Yeah. And
just for the sake of fucking making the space better. And then you have fucking cunts like this who all they fucking do is just take. Fuck those people, bro. I fucking hate them. The shit, like clearly I'm fucking upset. But it's like I'm just so fucking tired of watching people get taken advantage of. I'm fucking tired of it, bro.
And so am I, and that's why I tweeted about this in the Urkin project today. And just the overall sentiment of the Solana ecosystem. Like, dude, we can't keep doing this. We just can't. And the longer we continue to do this to ourselves, like we deserve what we're gonna get, you know, and it's max pain. People joke about that, but your project's floor prices are gonna start dipping because we keep fucking around with stupid shit like this.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things I thought about earlier today when I saw all that about like that guy's fucking sweeper mint or whatever the fuck stupid bullshit it's called, was one of the benefits Ethereum has over Solana. And this isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing. It might be kind of a good thing, is the high price point makes the barrier to entry substantially higher. So if you're not a good trader, you're going to get out traded, outpriced almost immediately. The downside to Solana and that instance is it's so cheap that anyone can get in. So it's like, yeah, you might be taking $60 on a 2 Solana mint or $200 from one person, and all these people might be able to put in $200. But how many of those people that are putting in $200 is all they fucking have?
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, and I mentioned this on the tweet that I made. it'd be one thing if you could justify 6.5 or 6 cents. Sorry, I don't know why I keep saying 6.5. Whatever the price may be, $200
200
USD.
USDC.
And I think that's I hate when people talk about it in USD. It's not. It's 6 SOL. Okay. Now it's easy to justify it that way because its SOL has come down. But like I personally, I don't know what your thoughts are. I don't like to think that way. 6 SOL times 10. That's a shit ton of SOL being taken out of Solana ecosystem. So like Solana is already hurting, it's only going to hurt ourselves. Now, back to what I was saying was, if this project had a legitimate use case, had any kind of like, it was building anything, that's one thing. It's not. So it's nothing that I could feel like justify 6 SOL.
I mean, I don't want to say nothing could justify 6 SOL. I just don't know what it could be. But I can tell you what it's not. And it's not some stupid fucking sweeper project. This dude is so fucking egocentric that he has fucking Urcon Army, hashtag Urcon Army on his shit.
If you ever refer to yourself that way, like I would never in a million fucking years start some project and call it JPEG's Army. I would
so
rather,
cringe, bro.
Jesus. And so if the project actually was doing something, if I felt like it was bettering Solana, if I felt like it was gonna potentially be a benefit to a holder in any way, shape, or form, it's not. You're giving this guy funds to go sweep floors for what? For what project? You don't get to choose what floors are being swept, as far as I know. Like,
and what does that even fucking like? That's not an effective way.
Hey, we're gonna go sweep some
to
floors,
support
like,
projects.
What does that do? Artificial pumps? Okay, and
even then, like, okay, let's run through one of those fucking scenarios, right? Let's say he's like, you know what? We're gonna sweep duppies, whatever the fuck they're called. I don't fucking know. Let's say we're gonna go sweep them. Okay, you sweep a handful of them. Awesome. What happens then? You gonna sell them? When are you gonna sell them? Does anyone know? No.
What are you going to do with the funds that are sold, right? And so I made that tweet like about that, like, okay, why not, and this is kind of maybe not the best example, but why not, if you're going to be a project that takes that kind of liquidity out, why not mint something and put that like a large portion of those funds into a validator? Help stake on a validator, help Solana out, as an ecosystem. Yes, it doesn't generate a ton of passive income, but you're providing value. Now you can take that money, stake it, and then build your project maybe on something else. I don't know. Like it doesn't even, I don't know, like whatever. Like, but like to me, I would mint a 6 SOL project if I knew my SOL was going into a larger pool on a validator to help Solana run as a whole. Like I could see that. Like, is that even the smartest place to put your 6 SOL? No. And like, that's what somebody was trying to make a point on my tweet. But it's more of like what I believe my 6 SOL can do, because I would rather do that than give it to some fucking guy that's like, I'm going to sweep floors. Bullshit. You're going to cash out, put it in your bank account, and that money's gone from Solana's ecosystem. That's somebody's fucking car, somebody's house, somebody's, it's going towards that. Like, I know what I'm doing with my 6 SOL if I put it on a validator. Like, so I just think Solana needs an overhaul of people that are leading the charge, and Frank is one of those people. And I think that's why I choose to be an investor in DeGods and kind of, stick up for Frank in a way. Not that he needs that, but that, like, I like to defend his position when I see people that are like flooding him in like in the DeGods. In the monkey DAO, right? They're doing things. They have their validator, they have the DAO pool, they're helping projects that they want us. There's projects like these that are helping us as a whole. Like in Nox trades, I'm a huge Nox fan. I don't know if you are. I don't know if you even know who Nox is.
I don't know much about him.
He set up his own validator. He's a great guy to give advice. He does YouTube videos that talks about Solana, what staking on Solana does, how it helps Solana's ecosystem. He has his own YouTube series. You should check it out. But people like these deserve the attention. They are the ones that deserve the spotlight. But yet we get these fucking people that are putting a goddamn broom in your Twitter handle, like Urcon sweepers, like, and I hate to say it, I'm not sure if you listen to that the fucking reptile rugger dude's YouTube shit, but he points it out. He's like, you guys are just literally filling his pockets. He's sweeping your soul. That is it. And it's hard to say that I agree with that, but he's got a fucking point. Like nobody should be minting this Urcon project. There is no fucking need, as far as from what I've heard so far, I guess I should say. Some people have in chats that I'm in have mentioned, well, I like the artist. Like the artist does some really good work. And they showed some of the one-on-one art that I've seen this guy do. And I was like, hey, this is actually really good art. The dude that did the art actually has like some legitimate one-on-one pieces. Like he's a very good artist. So I said, then go spend money and buy one-on-one art from this guy. I would rather support a one-on-one artist. Like that is stuff that will attract certain people to Solana's ecosystem if they like the art enough, right? So, and they're like, well, that's dirty soul. I don't give a shit. I'll pay 5x if it supports a one-on-one artist. Like I said, it's going to go a lot further, in my opinion, than to this. I don't even really know who the fuck kind of is, to be honest. I've seen him in the D gods. Like he's a big D god guy. And I heard Frank talk about him a little bit on the space last night, saying that he doesn't think that what Urkin's doing is a bad thing to a degree. I mean, I guess I can't quote Frank. It was something along the lines that he's like, I just don't know really what his intentions are. So I don't know. That's where I'm at with it. Like there's so many places that I would like to take my money and put it than to a fucking Urcon sweeper army, whatever.
I think we just need like a fundamental change in mindset in the space. I think maybe, I don't know if it was that Bloomville rugger dude that really kicked it off or what, but everyone kind of just got comfortable with getting fucked. Like I remember last year, like late last year, it was such a problem and everyone was so adamant that like we have to curb it, and they were trying to figure out ways like how do we curb getting fucked. And like Magic Eden implemented like the escrows for their like launchpad stuff, and like that's in the right direction. But like this guy is like, when you have so many projects that you're like the CEO or founder or whatever, I don't give a fuck what you are, but when you have that many fucking projects, you can confidently say that there's no way he's putting his heart and soul into any single one of them.
Exactly.
Like you can confidently say that he's not contributing to the space in a meaningful way. So like I think we just need a change in mindset where people are going to say, I'm not going to put my money, I'm not going to invest it in you. I'm going to invest it in this team doing this great thing. I'm going to invest it in a validator. I'm going to invest it, like Famous Fox. Like I can't harp on how much work Famous Fox has done over their time in the space. Like their offering is fucking phenomenal. Their website is fucking phenomenal. So like, I don't know. It's kind of starting to wear down on me pretty good, actually. I'm actually coming down from my rage a little bit right now.
Right.
And it's like making me depressed, dude. And like,
I will say that, sorry, that like I talked on a space with 2 guys that are mutant ape holders, right? And we're going back and forth, and we were talking about Solana ecosystem as a whole. And he's like, I don't really have any like Solana's NFTs, right? And I was like, why not? Why don't you? So I actually kind of pitched monkeys to him and talked to him about monkeys. And he just said, I've seen, I can't remember what ones he said, the one of the mutants that he bought, but he's like, then I was watching after the mint, and people were literally undercutting each other by pennies, which like 0.01 SOL. And he's like, not saying that doesn't happen on ETH. He said, but you can just sense a different maturity level in the ecosystem. And I think to a degree that is true. I think Solana has a long ways to go. We are new, we're early. We do have growing pains that we're going to go through, but there are blatant cash grabs like this that we as a whole need to be more conscientious of and not mint these things and not feed. Because at the end of the day, if you're sitting there on the sidelines and you see people continuously do this, and you're thinking, hey, like, I hate my fucking job. I hate what I'm fucking doing. I can go make $2 million by promising some bullshit and then piece the fuck out. Okay, maybe I'll try that. Like, we're setting that precedent for like people that come into the, people that are smarter than your average investor that can make it look like they're doing something and then dip. And that's sad. We got to be better than that.
You just have to be charismatic.
Exactly.
You don't even have to know what the fuck you're talking about. You just have to be charismatic. See, like for me, I quit my job a couple months ago because I started working for an NFT project. And I'm not going to say what it was because it doesn't really fucking matter. And I was like, you know what? I am so fucking tired of my day job, and I am so ready just to fully commit myself to this space. Like that's why we do this. It's because this is our way of trying to add to the space. Like we want to add in a meaningful way. So I quit my fucking day job. You know, like I have a fucking she's in 2 days, she's gonna be fucking 6 months old. I have a baby. And I quit my fucking day job. I lost that fucking security because I want to see this space succeed. You know, and when I did it, I didn't fucking go, oh, I'm gonna go make a fucking project. I'm gonna make millions. I'm gonna fucking bounce. I said, I found a project that had already been established. And I said, I wanted to improve on it. I want to add to it. I want to grow their fucking community because I was a community manager. It's like, I want to grow their community. I want to see the space as a whole be better. But we just constantly fucking enable these people that come in, take, and then they fucking leave.
Yeah,
like I challenge anybody. Find one of these fucking, watch Urcon. Follow the fucking money from this mint that comes up and watch where the fuck it goes.
I hope to be proved wrong.
I promise you, you're going to see a lot of it just go to a fucking exchange, and it's just going to be into the nether. It's going to be gone.
Yep. I hope to be proved wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be.
No. And yeah, we should preface with that is at any point, any of the things we've said today, obviously we would be overjoyed to be fucking proven wrong.
And what
I want to have good faith in people.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, a wake-up call is needed. Like people that are defending this man, like we gotta wake up.
Yeah, and not even just him, but like all the bad actors in the space. Like how dude, I don't fucking understand how someone like that can have 100,000 fucking followers, 100,000 people that said, you know what, I want to see what this man has to say.
I don't know.
100,000.
Yeah, right.
What do I have? 1,300. I have like 1,300 followers, and I'm not trying to say that I deserve more, but I can tell you what, I am not a drain on this fucking space. Out of all the soul that I fucking played with over my fucking time, because I fucking started fucking first NFT. I was here, Soul Punks. So I've been in it since the fucking beginning. And I've taken a handful of soul out the whole fucking time. Single digits. Soul.
Sure. So
like everything I fucking taken out of the space, I put right back into it. And it tears me the fuck up watching so many motherfuckers come in and leave.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard to try to onboard people, bro. Like I've tried to, and I have onboarded people, like family and friends. And not family, well, not really family, but and it's hard because like it just feels like the culture is shifting at the moment in a negative way. Ever since I swear to God that stupid ass Just 8 Minute happened, bro. It's like cash grab.
It was before that.
I think that's kind of when things have just opened my eyes a little bit more, I guess. But all we can do is what we can do, and I am trying to raise awareness. Like I opened a Discord and I had, just said, hey, ask me questions. I'll give you my opinion. I'm not going to tell you one way or the other what to do, but like if there's a project that I feel like I won't touch, I will let you know. And you go from there. And it was more of an avenue for new people. Like for those that are like, oh, I see so many people talking about this Urcon DJ Sweeper project. Like, oh, I'm gonna mint it 6 soul. Like I just loaded up my wallet and then boom, fucking gone.
Yep.
Like, and they're like, well, now my 6 souls worth 3 soul. What do I do? I'm just like, those situations can be avoided. Save your 6 soul, invest, save it up. Try to do something. I mean, I'm not saying you can't try to flip things to try to add to your bag, but like,
there are safe investments at every price point in Solana NFTs.
Sure.
No matter how little soul, how much soul you have, there's teams that are fucking building that you can invest in. Honestly, I'm kind of like sitting here reminiscing a little bit because I remember a time where the whole space was just, and I remember when it changed, but the whole space was just nothing but net positive all the time. Everyone was making fucking tons of money. Everyone was super excited about where everything was going. the whitelist meta wasn't a fucking thing. Like it was just a fucking rush to see like how many tabs you could open, how many times you could refresh, how many times you hit the mint button. And it was a little bit of a fucking rush. And like if you missed a fucking mint, it fucking sucked. But like the overall sentiment was like euphoria almost. And I remember when it first started to change because like people stopped killing it. I don't know. I think just enough bad actors had leached enough and there wasn't enough to go around anymore and things started to go bad. But I mean, it's been happening for a while, but it's not going to get better until we make it better. You know, like it's only gotten worse since then.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think that you and I both kind of share the same attitude. Like there's bad actors, there's bad people in, you know, all aspects of life, but there's also good people. There's also people building. There's also people that want to make it better. And I think you and I are both those kind of people. And maybe we're a little overcritical. I mean, maybe not, I guess, depending on how you view it. But I think we're just both passionate about the space, right? And we want to help others be successful and help just build, help make this place better. And building is, you know, pretty broadly used term nowadays, but just finding a way to contribute it, whether you're a community manager, whether you're a mod, whether you're, you know, whatever. It doesn't have to be, you don't have to be a developer, you don't have to be an influencer, you know, like there's many ways you can help. Just this way that some of these people are just leeching, it's not it, and it's sad to see. So
yep. So this episode of the podcast has been a pretty negative sentiment for the whole thing. Obviously that's not going to be, you know, a constant trend. We're not always going to be super negative like this. When things like this happen, it needs to be talked about. You know, like people don't get called out enough. I mean, how many times have we seen fucking tweets of people being like, oh, like I have this dirt on this person or blah blah blah. Never hear anything about it. Like people, like if shady shit is happening and you know about it, fucking say something.
Yep.
Fucking say something. Like if you know people are doing bad shit, say it. Like if you know someone's fucking just robbing from the fucking space, say it. If you know who the fucking Balloonville Rugger dude is, say it. Like that's the only way this space is ever gonna get better. Anyways, back to my original point. This episode has been a generally negative sentiment, negative attitude. But we do want to highlight the people that have been out here killing it, right? So obviously we had on the whales, we had on Nam. So we're super excited to have Frank on next week. We're gonna be talking to him. So we want to continue to try to highlight all the people doing good shit in the space.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be a mix. You know, I'm not gonna stop calling people out. I'm not gonna stop calling it like it is. You know, we're gonna get things wrong. We're gonna get things right.
Yeah.
We're all fucking people, but it's all about keeping a good balance.
We also aren't going to scam people, bro.
Yeah, I don't want fucking people's money. You'll never see an NFT collection out of us, and if you do, it's probably fucking free.
Yeah, well, I mean, I if it was, I would want to earn that, not scam it. There's a difference. The intentions are way different. So, yeah, kind of a different episode, but some things that needed to be, you know, brought to light, things that needed to be said, things that needed to be, you know, brought out so people were aware of. So, yeah, I hope that we're proved wrong. I hope that some of these things weren't true. I wish they weren't true, rather. But it just is what it is. So I think that now we continue to try to do what we can to make this place a better one. And if we're disliked for such things, so be it.
Yeah. So basically a good old TLDR is fuck the Smb Dev Team. Fuck Urcon. Fuck all the ruggers. Fuck everybody that doesn't contribute to the fucking space. That being said,
love everybody else.
If we ever say some shit about you and you feel a type of way about it,
yeah,
don't start fucking tweeting at me, bitch. Come on the podcast and we can have a conversation.
Exactly. Let's chat.
I will not I will respond because I love to argue with people.
Mm-hmm.
I will respond on Twitter. But if you want to fucking properly defend yourself, if you want to properly plead your fucking case, then we can have a fucking conversation. We can talk about it.
Great.
And when we have that conversation, I will be as completely neutral as I can be. I'm a kind of a passionate person. So, I mean, if things get heated, things get fucking heated. You know, that's how things get sometimes. I'm a fucking aggressive dude. But, you know, like the Smb team, if you guys want to come on and say your piece, come with receipts. That's all you have to say. But we'll have you on. We'll have you on. You can talk about it. You can do whatever the fuck. I don't care. But that's my shit, bro. I don't know what else to really say.
That's it for now. Next week, big one. Tune in. We got Frank from D-Gods. So that is going to be an exciting episode. Definitely a different tone than this episode. But as always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. If you're not already, follow the Twitter. Tune in. We'll kind of give some beats about what's going on. But that's where you're going to find all the information. So until next time, brother, I appreciate you as always.
Peace.